Hi everyone, thanks for joining me. Normally I post my Devastating Strike compilations in a video with some music just for you guys to enjoy. This time I'm going to keep it at regular speed. I'm not going to add any music, and I'm going to actually explain what I'm targeting and how I'm making these shots in hopes that it's going to help you hone your shooting ability. So without further ado, let's get started. You can see that the carrier is moving away at an outward angle. That's why my aiming reticle line is actually at the flight deck, because if I target the broad side of the hull or at waterline, my shells would miss completely. So this is how you're trying to lead your target into your shells. Now this one's a little bit different. The cruiser is coming at us but at an inward angle, so your aiming reticle is going to be more underneath the ship, and you'll see that there's a little bit of water in between the ship and my aiming reticle line, anticipating him running into the shells. And voila, back to port he goes. So this cruiser, like the carrier, is moving away at an outward angle. So same thing, you're going to be targeting more of the deck line instead of the broadside or water line, trying to lead your target into those shells.
We've destroyed an enemy cruiser. Off to a great start.
So this is another example of a cruiser coming in at an inward angle. And again, you'll see that the aiming reticle line is below the ship just slightly, because I'm trying to, again, target him to run into those shells.
Enemy cruiser sunk. Off to a great start.
This cruiser is going straight, no angle. He's going to give us a nice flat broadside. And as you can see, the aiming reticle is just slightly above the waterline.
Enemy cruiser sunk. Off to a great start.
This cruiser was coming at more of an inward angle, but you'll see that he starts turning out. So anticipating that nice flat broadside, again, I'm right at the waterline. And back to port he goes.
Enemy cruiser destroyed. Off to a great start.
Now, battleships are going to be a bit different. It really is going to depend on the battleship that you're targeting, where that citadel area is going to be. So you see Odin was there. He's giving us a flat broadside. I was going to go for him, but Roma, having a bigger broadside area to hit, and he's turning in, trying to head for that island, giving us that nice area slightly just above the waterline. And voila. Here we have another cruiser. He's running broadside, no angle. So if you're a cruiser and you see a battleship targeting you, as much as I love these shots, start to angle. Because that nice flat broadside, again, aiming in reticle right at the waterline. And back to port he goes.
Cruiser destroyed. Our team has taken the lead. Needed target.
Getting dev strikes on destroyers is going to be a bit harder, better done with HE, but nevertheless, he's pretty close. Don't want to switch, moving out, again aiming more at the deck line, and I get most of his health. I want to keep pushing, hopefully my secondaries take him out, because if you leave a DD unchecked, he will wreak havoc on your team. So as soon as you see him, try to kill him. Now, the battleship is hiding behind the island. I don't have that little island indicator. I'm aiming right where the tower and the smokestack is, trying to get right at that hull. And this was a good guess, so I'm pretty sure he's not too happy thinking he was safe behind the island.
Off to a great start. Fighter airborne.
Now here we got another cruiser. He's turning to try to get behind that island, giving us a nice flat broadside, aiming right at the waterline. and back to port he goes.
Enemy cruiser sunk. Off to a great start.
So here I spawn in the middle, but you'll notice that my right flank is left a little short, so that's why I'm angled to try to help reinforce these guys. So you see Kuma's coming in. My aiming reticle is just slightly below the ship. You'll notice that it's almost as if the top part of that aiming reticle line is touching the bottom of the ship.
We've destroyed an enemy cruiser. Off to a great start.
Now, here's another shot that I'm going to try to make behind the island. And you'll notice, same thing. I can see the tower. I can see the smokestack. I know he's backing up. Mogami's rather long, so this is, again, more of an educated guess. Once the cruiser pops up, you'll see that he's backing up and he's at an angle outwards. So that's again why my aiming reticle line is at the deck line and not flat broadside or at the water line. Now this next shot is a bit trickier. I actually did have to hone this in AI because you still want to have water in between that aiming reticle line and the bow. So that one definitely takes practice.
Off to a great start.
I hope that the information I provided is going to help you make those shots. But a couple more tips. Going to the back of the map, abandoning your flank, and not pushing a cap while you're in a DD or anything like that is really not going to help your team or you be a better player. So with that said, I would really appreciate it if you hit the like button, subscribe to the channel because I am going to be putting out more videos with reviews, and until next time, stay frosty out there.